What's up, everybody? It seems people have questions about my simple calculus that I have applied here. The great Dr. Bonsai, holder of double PhDs from MIT, respected rocket scientist and inventor of the oscillation overthruster, a brilliant individual, and I give him the utmost respect, has a question about my model over here. Are you going to debunk me, Dr. Bonsai-ka? Are you on a suicide mission? I'm on a mission of truth. Some call me Decimane. Others know me as Decimate. My philosophy is I come with absolute truth. I present the information, and then I observe and watch how truth breaks people's deceptive reality. We use Polaris as a perfect reference point to triangulate locations on the sphere. The sphere demands that the waters eventually arc to the demanded angle of the sphere. We use haversine equation for the 24.9 thousand mile roughly circumference sphere Earth, and when we break down the angles from point to point, if for whatever reason our known calculations do not match up with the observed applied real life reality measurements and testing, that means one of two things: that either A, the sphere model, however that the numbers are perfectly accurate with the distance, and when you want to travel to a certain area, are correct, the true makeup of the Earth is not a sphere. The coastlines of America are all at zero. I will call this the coastlines of America. Just for fun, I will call this California, and I will call this New York, and we will call this Polaris. When we draw our lines for triangulating, this line right here, which is this line, demands a curve on the sphere. Also, if we call this surface here of the sphere 0, I'm fine with calling that elevation 0, but in reality it's actually located in this whole medium right here that we call space. There is an elevation lower than it, there is an elevation higher than it. If anyone is gifted enough to be able to perfectly measure the distance from California to Polaris and from Polaris to New York, the demanded curvature of the sphere would make this point closer in reality than this point over here, because the sphere demands it to be dropped. We call this area up here 100. We call this area down here negative 100. And this is 0. That's 1. This is negative 1. When this is rotated perfectly, the drop and the distance from California to Polaris and New York to Polaris demands it to be different. The elevation must be different if it is truly a sphere. So when we take those numbers and observe it in reality, If the lines do not match the demanded sphere drop, it is impossible for us to be on a sphere, and the waters must reflect the demanded sphere drop from LA to New York, and it must be able to be measured. Or the distance will remain perfectly level, and this is only possible if we live on a flat plane.